Hi everybody, this is Rebecca Lynn Barkley, aka BoomBop197. This is my review for today. And today's review, ladies and dudes, well my friends, it's that time again to do another top 5 movie list that nobody has never done before. And this brand new top 5 movies list is going to be another different one than the other one that I did last week. Was my top 5 most regretting movie characters of all time. If you guys have or haven't seen my latest top 5 list, you better check out my top 5 most regretting movie characters of all time. But for today's list, it's going to be different. For today's list, it's going to be the top 5 most respectful movie characters of all time. And it's time for all of us to honor and respect one of the best movie characters out there, who are the main characters, supporting characters, comedy relief characters that we gotta respect the most, if you know what I mean. The ones who had done something right for many, many years, for what kind of movies that we watched for, for many, many years ago. It's hard for me to explain about this list, but anyway, without further ado, ladies and dudes, let's head on to my top 5 most respectful movie characters of all time. And let's go on with the list. And number 5 goes to a tie between the 2 great characters from a Miyazaki film. The 2 best main characters from Princess Mononoke, and the other is from Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. So anyway, at number 5 are the 2 main, one of the best main characters in the Miyazaki film is, one is Prince Hashitaka from Princess Mononoke, while the other is Nausicaa from Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind. I will say, for these 2 great main characters from each of the Miyazaki films, they were one of the most respectful movie characters I have ever seen in my life. They are so darn respectful to their people, to their own kind, and one cares about the animal world while the other cares about the bug world. I will say Nausicaa and Hashitaka were one of the best main characters I have ever seen in a Miyazaki film. I will say they had very well done storylines. I love their personalities and their attitudes, and they are one of the best peacemaker anime characters I have ever seen in my life in anime history. If you guys did see Princess Mononoke or Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind, you gotta check both of these movies out. But you gotta check out Nausicaa, the Valley of the Wind the most, because I think Nausicaa was the one who was responsible for bringing both peace to both the human world and the bug world alike. I mean, she did a fantastic job bringing good peace to both of the worlds. But as for Hashitaka, I know he did his very best to bring peace to both the animal and the demon world and the human world. But anyway, I still love these characters, and they deserve to be at number 5. Okay, for number 4 goes to another good animation character, and it came from in a Disney film. One of the best Disney movies of all time, and I decided to choose this character. I think this character is one of the most respectful Disney characters of all time. So for number 4 goes to Mufasa from The Lion King. I frickin' love Mufasa. And I will say that James Earl Jones did a fantastic job playing one of the most legendary Disney characters of all time. I will say that Mufasa has a very well done storyline. He has a good personality, great attitude, and he's such a great king. He's one of the most respectful kings in all of Africa, I guess, even to his own world of the Pride Lands. I will say Mufasa is such a cool character, and to me, in my opinion, this is James Earl Jones' best character, in my own opinion. And I know he also voiced Darth Vader for the Star Wars saga, if you know what I mean. I wish I could say more about this character, but anyway, Mufasa deserves to be at number 4. Number 3 goes to the main duo from Princess Bride. The good thing is they're not really villains at all. They're more like anti-heroes or something. But anyway, for number 3 is Indigo and Fezzik. I forgot the big guy's name is from The Princess Bride. Overall, these two guys are the most respectful characters I have ever seen in my life. They are one of the best duos out there. I love both of their storylines. They have such great personalities, great attitudes. One guy who wants to seek revenge on the six-fingered man who killed his dad, while the other is a really cute, big, giant guy who has a big, giant heart. He's kind of like a teddy bear in some ways. Indigo and Fezzik, it's hard to pronounce the other dude's name. They are the best duo out there, and I have a whole lot of respect for, you know, taking care of some type of task of helping Princess Buttercup and Wesley to get back together again at all costs before Prince Humperdinck is going to force to marry Buttercup and, you know, plan out this murdering thing and all that stuff. Too bad I don't have a picture for both of these duos. I wish I could say more, but Indigo and Fezzik, whatever his name is, they deserve to be at the number 3 spot. Okay, for number 2 will be another cool, respectful character in another good film. I decided to choose this guy. Number 2 goes to Nathan, whatever this dude's name is, from The Last Samurai. I will say that Nathan was another good, respectful character from another good film. I mean, this guy had a really good storyline. He has such a great personality, great attitude, and I do love the part where this is a story about this American captain who's being held prisoner to a samurai world that he doesn't know of, and he starts to learn about the true nature and the true spirit of becoming one of them, becoming one of the best samurais that he could be. I mean, he had a whole lot of respect for so many Japanese people that he met while he's in Japan for such a very, very long time, and he's understanding the samurai world so darn much. I mean, this is Tom Cruise's best character, his best performance, and his best role. It's a freaking shame that Tom Cruise had never won an Oscar to play such a really awesome character. And I gotta go back and rewatch this movie again because this is one of the most underrated Oscar-worthy movies I have ever seen in my life. So Nathan deserves to be at the number 2 spot. And finally, my number 1 most respectful movie character of all time is, I will say, one of Liam Neeson's best performance, best role, his best character, and I do respect this person the most from the last 2 darn years. And anyway, ladies and dudes, my number 1 most respectful movie character will always be Bryan Mills from the Taken saga. I will say Bryan Mills is one of the most respectful movie characters that I respect the most out of all the other ones that I put on this list. I mean, Bryan Mills is such a cool character. He had a great storyline, he has a great personality and attitude, he loves his family so much, he always been so darn respectful to his friends for, you know, all the things that he did, and I will say that Bryan Mills will always be a really cool dude, and I can't wait to see Liam Neeson again when he plays this character for Taken 3. And to tell you the truth is, ladies and dudes, when I first saw like I said, Liam Neeson was like in his 40s when he played this character, and another thing I forgot to mention about this character, Bryan Mills, he is more like an assassin character more than a spy agent character, because when I watched this movie, every time when Bryan Mills is carrying a gun, he will always start to kill off people as soon as he can, and somehow in some ways that his hands will be stained in blood every time he murders somebody, if he stabbed somebody in a knife or just killed them off with a gun. Well, it is true that Bryan Mills is kind of more like an assassin character more than a spy agent character, but at least he is a very good man who does have a very good heart. And this is what I love about Bryan Mills the most. He may be one of the most deadly assassins around, but he'll always be a good man who does have a very good heart, and his main goal is that he wants to protect his family at all costs whenever there is danger ahead, for which area that Bryan Mills is going to. So anyway, ladies and dudes, my #1 most respectful movie character of all time will always be Bryan Mills from the Taken saga. And please, Liam Neeson, please hurry up and do this Taken 3, because I want to see this movie so badly. So please get going on it, for goodness sakes. Alright, ladies and dudes, that is it. That is my top 5 most respectful movie characters of all time. I hope you enjoyed this list, and join me next time for another edition of my top 5 best, greatest ideas for movies. So anyway, for my next top 5 list will be the top 5 most surprising moments that I ever seen for all the movies that I've seen from many, many years to come. So anyway, be prepared for my latest top 5 list of the top 5 most surprising movie moments of all time, and I will see you all later. Sayonara.